Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 as we continue to expand the beautiful transport company that is known as Seniac Deliveries. Is that no? We need a better name, guys. Somebody needs to give me a company name in the comment section down below. But we are back anyway, guys. We left it off last episode where we are fully now kind of slowly started to integrate inside of Europe. We got our little kind of food line all up and running, which is transferring the goods straight to London. We've really expanded London as well. It's kind of gone on a huge growth spurt right now. If I check the charts, ever since we got the food over here, we kind of got the food here, then set up a link to kind of feed the central of the city, which the city is now starting to grow slowly over here. So we're kind of claiming benefits all year round. Look at that growth. Holy moly. And that's kind of what I want to continue doing today. I want to continue expanding the current lines that I've got, but I also want to start kind of taking our next step forward inside of Europe. So as of right now, we've only got the food line back and forth, and we got a little bit of a transport line, passenger line between London and Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Now, we're going to use Amsterdam and Rotterdam as being the end line to a lot of the transport links throughout Europe. Now, it won't be the main hub, but at the moment, it kind of will. So, for the moment, it will be, when it comes to trains anyway, because we want to bring as many people across into the UK as possible, because obviously we want to grow the UK, our home country, but also we want our home country to be able to flourish throughout Europe as well. So we're going to take a look at some passenger lines getting hooked up to some of the major cities and other countries around Europe, and also plan our next expansion and how we can grow certain areas. So might set up a few different transport lines here and there, solely to maybe bring goods back to the UK and again completely grow it all out. So guys, if you are enjoying Transport Fever 2 want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, to make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. Now, we can actually start by looking at the current cities that we do have, because last episode, we built this and London was half the size of what it was right now. And when it was dropping the food off, it wasn't kind of giving itself to London, if that makes sense, because London was too far away at that point. Now, this dock area covers this part of London. That's why the growth has now all happened. But I set up a little bit of a transport line that kind of bring the goods into the centre, which has caused London to go on this rapid expansion. That has now led me to many other ideas, and we did the same thing in Ireland as well, in Dublin. I got a passenger line, so it's all good and juicy having like a transport link nearby, but I need a route to collect them to bring them to the transport link. And that's what I want to look at to kind of slowly grow our little towns and stuff like that. So, first things first, then we're going to take a look at London itself, because when you select on a passenger, it only picks up this radius. The passenger line over there only picks up this radius. So if I had a little kind of bus route that kind of went around the ring of London, that dropped off at the port and went to the train station, everyone around here can now move, shake and do some jazzy stuff and all that kind of jazz. It also then caused more passengers to get onto the ferry line to go straight to Amsterdam. Same with Amsterdam. Currently it's only here. A little bus route going around to collect everybody up would be super beneficial. So let's take a look at that then. So I'm just trying to kind of, really expand our cities at this point. So we'll do a bus stop, and you could argue then at some point we might have to switch it up for a tram line. But for now we'll keep it as it is. So we'll do a bus route. Actually, we'll start the bus route. Hang on, let me actually do the roads. We'll technically start the bus route at the port, because we can use it as a way, like a really simplified way to kind of transport and connect people from the train station to the port and vice versa. So if I create some kind of links like this, so I'm like simulating some growth within London. So if I do that to there, and in the hopes that then it will eventually go this way, man, London's going to be so big. So we'll start with a little bus route just here. Right, it will kind of come round. I'll add one here. I know it makes not much sense, but eventually we start getting people living there. People from there can transport to over here pretty easy. We'll then make them stop outside the train station. We'll then get them to stop just up here. We'll bring them down to here. Now, if I get this road over here connected like that, I know it's going to delete a few buildings. Just to kind of bring it down to here. So I can really utilize this area. So it stops there. We'll have a stop about here. We'll then have a stop just there. And that kind of fills up the main segments that I want it to kind of get up to. So a new line will go from here to there, to here, to here, here, there, and then finally there. And you can see a little black line right now running through. That is going to be our bus route for London. Not sure how many people are going to be using it, but it's going to be quite exciting. So vehicle depot, we'll buy some vehicles, passenger, and we've got these brand new ones right now. Top speed of 40, carries 8 capacity. I'm actually going to get 4 vehicles on that route, which will be line 12. There we go. So not only does it kind of get the whole of London and be able to transport them anywhere they want within London and then walk to their destination, but within that loop, it integrates the port and the train line. So you can come by train, get on the bus, get to the port, go to Europe. That's pretty much how that's going to rock and roll. And we'll kind of see how that progresses and what happens as time goes on. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what we get out of this. Now, some of the stops, like this North Street and this one over here at the Avenue, don't really make much sense at the moment. But as London keeps expanding, those areas will eventually be grown further from. And then that becomes like the central area for all of this section. So I'm planning for the future is what I'm trying to do. And hopefully then it kind of causes more people to transport to Europe with the same kind of thought process. So I won't do Amsterdam and Rotterdam just yet with the same kind of loop, because I want to build in a end line train station to transport the people, which I'm really excited about. I just want to take a look at the Dublin line right now. So the current Dublin line right now goes down to here. In terms of the peeps living here, the residents, maybe I needed like an additional one. So if we've got a stop just there. If I then added a stop, let's just say just here, right? Because then we've got these radiuses that we can kind of connect to. Then that line is it this one? Yeah, it's this one here. So it goes from New Road. So we add a station to here. So it then goes down to there and then bring it that way. So it just collects a few more extra people going around to be able to get to and from there. Now, I found out that the finances, finally, now we got that little bus line hooked in. This line that's been losing money forever is now finally making profit. That's all because we grew Dublin. I mean, look at the charts. Again, that had a huge growth spurt. It's now made it viable for that connection to be profitable. So good. Like, legit, so good. So we're going to do the same thing for Liverpool and Manchester next as well. So we're going to connect first up a bunch of roads like this. I know that is quite the hill here. But I'm wondering if like a little road like this will then grow some buildings left, right, and centre. Let's see what we got here. That's probably going to destroy that. But this is all for the greater good, guys. Why is that not going in? Oh, because of autosave. Right, to there. Now bring this down this way. So I'm kind of playing with the idea that eventually we'll have these connections. But I think it would be a good idea to try and get the road to connect on these sides. So I don't really have the ability to build bridges or anything like that. I mean, I know we've got like, you know, track constructions, country lanes, all that kind of stuff. Buildings wise, I don't really have anything that can utilize bridges. I can do roundabout. Oh no, we have oh no, I do. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work out, if it's going to work out whatsoever. So the length of it, obviously I want it as short as possible. I don't want it, I want it like a small street. So, right, this is good, this is interesting. Right, if this works, guys, then holy smokes. Right, I'll do a medium street. Is there such thing as a medium street? Which is what we've got down right now. So if I place that there, and then place this here, don't tell me I'm going to be able to get away with doing a medium street underground. Right, cancel that. Right, if I did that to there. Now, why can't we get to it? Is it because it's too low? Right, let me delete that bit. This is all new ground for me right now. Right, I'll delete that. There we go. Right, delete that. Right, delete all this, because I know what I'm trying to do. I've never done it with a road before, so this is completely new. How did I get it again? It's here. So, spin that round. So I'm trying to create this connection under here at this point. So why is that going to be so... Oh, okay. I was about to say, why is that going to be so funky? But I realised the terrain on this. Right, so let's flatten this out. There we go. Try and flatten it to the same level as the road. That'll be a big help for us. And I just want to see if we do a simple U, so at least we haven't got to drive all the way down there. They can also come up this way and cross over. So would that work there? Almost. There's just something not quite right here, isn't there? Right, it's not too expensive to mess about with. But if we won't connect like that, we'll bring the road to it ourselves. Apparently the connection is not possible. In what world is that connection not possible? Okay, it works just here. Oh, and they go and build that at the very end? Okay, I can still get it in just there. Right, if this intertwines and connects right now, then we're laughing. Right, now all of a sudden the connection is not possible here. Right, bring it to there. Now, is it because the height of it? It could be to do with the terrain on the very edge here as well. So, push this out a bit. I mean, at this point, it would have been so much more easier to build a bridge. Don't you think? Or is it because it's Oh, it actually could be because it's not technically classed as a tunnel, right? The stuff we've got to go through to get it to work. Is it still not possible to go underground? It's just not going to be possible, is it? Which is really annoying. So I wonder if I can make it go across this way. So obviously I want it to go under. Sticking out a tunnel scenario. But that is still not yet possible. What are the different heights going on right now? Now is it... Oh, okay. Oh, there's something there. Right, there's something there within it. It's not amazing, but it could lead me to do another tunnel going up that way. It's not amazing, but I just want to see what happens from this. Oh, that was shocking. That was absolutely shocking. Right, anyway. Sorting this out, by the way. So, a passenger line going around for a train line. And what it's going to do is obviously connect the train line to the ferry dock. Even though it's really, really close in walking distance, I'm still going to get it set up for people who want to travel from over here to over there instead. So if I utilize it from this side of the road then, so if I pick here as a first stop, or hang on, if I delete that, if I actually then pull it here, right there, if I then have a stop, let's say just there, that brings us down to a stop here, a stop there, a stop just here, and if I get the street set up real quick, like that, and that should connect to there. It's a bit funky again, but it's just kind of how the city has grown. So a stop there to there, to here, to here, here, and it will go underneath, round, and to there. So again, it kind of collectively, like, so somebody who lives in South Street, once they go to the port, can go to the port there or to the train line. Someone in the Crescent wants to go to, like, say over here, they can jump on the bus line. It kind of takes them all the way round. That's my thinking of this, right? That's my thought process of this, because for the London one, there's already people waiting at the stops. Hang on, let me select the bus. So is it it's already profitable. So that goes to show you that, you know, it's a good idea. And then once we start bringing the bricks into Liverpool, Manchester, we'll start to grow it a bit more. And then these lines will become so much more profitable. So building-wise then, we need the road depot, which will throw... Where do I throw it in? Let's just kind of throw it just over here so it's kind of like slightly out the way still. And I don't think I'll need as many buses as I did for London. I think we'll just do 3. So line 13. There we go. So Glasgow right now, it's really, really small. It's a bit awkward. I won't do it just yet. But we'll save that one for a little bit later because I need to bring some more stuff over there to just grow. Glasgow doesn't really have anything to grow at the moment. Liverpool, Manchester does because it's connected to multiple cities. It's like the central area. So they kind of benefit from that. But Glasgow doesn't benefit from anything just yet. But let's take a look at Amsterdam and Rotterdam then. So I'm actually going to put this into pause right now because I'm about to cause a lot of destruction. I'm actually going to ruin the city slightly. So it's a good job I've got quite a bit of money in my pockets. So get rid of all of this. And I'm actually going to delete it all the way to there. So I'm going to bring the train line into this area. Yikes. I know. So what I want to do, building-wise, is we'll do a passenger terminus right now. Because I can add a cargo line on into it in the future. So, right, we want a end station. So let me spin this right round. And I'm going to do it by 5, no. Yeah, we'll do 5 no. 6, mate? No, we'll do it by 4 platforms because I'm going to add more onto it myself. So 4 platforms just there. And we'll edit it myself and add some more stuff to it. So bam, drop that just there right now. Right, let's configure this then. So some of them I want to switch up to cargo lines. So if I just kind of delete a load of stuff. Right, so we've got 2 passenger lines there. If I delete this center section. Right, we'll start all over again. Destruction. So, actually, do you know what? Right, there's nothing there now, okay? There's nothing there. So, come out of this. It now no longer exists. Which is hilarious. I got to give it a little bit of time right now to kind of disappear. Unless I can place it back in again. No, it kind of... Okay, so we'll do 1 platform. And we'll do it, say, there. I should have built it from scratch myself. I think I've got to actually wait for that to now disappear, don't I? Oh, I'm going to wait for... Oh, no, the auto-save's back. Okay, so, configure this. Right. So, delete you, delete you, delete you. Reason for it being is I wanted to have a double-sided here. Oh, I really have to do... I'm really going to have to wait for that to disappear, though, aren't I? So we'll go fast forward mode for just a minute. So 2 lines here and here. On this one side we'll have a cargo platform. Right, I completely understand that some of the city is going to slowly build back. I still can't get anything in just there. I've got to wait for that exclamation mark to go. So we've got a cargo line in there. I'll do this as a cargo line as well. And then we'll do tracks again. So why can't I build here? Is it the way the earth is terrained? How do I get rid of that exclamation mark? I'm not 100% sure. Configure. Does it automatically disappear? How does it go? I feel like I've truly messed it up right now. I feel like I've truly messed it up. Oh, is it that simple? Oh, wow, okay. Right, ignore me. Right, back into pause then. Right, so tracks, get that back in. So why can't I build here? What is the reason for that? So passenger can't go right up to it. Now, is that because of the buildings? Which I will delete. I'm not too afraid to do that. I think it might have been down to the buildings. So what I want to do right now then is put some more platforms down. So we've got a cargo line in, which we could put borderline get an additional cargo line just there, the extra stop. And then we've got so a cargo line there. Oh, actually no, that's probably too many cargo lines. Then again, I've got 2 cargo lines here. So if I delete this, that can become an extension of a passenger line. So tracks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 passenger lines. 1, 2 cargo. 1, 2 cargo. Then we do another bunch of passenger lines right now. Because we can use signals to make some stuff wait and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to bulk in more and more stuff. So a passenger building then. Miscellaneous. So I want to get these when able to kind of walk underground. There we go. I want to get these classical large structures in. Oh, maybe can I just do it like that? Oh, that's better, isn't it? Making the whole thing look undercover. There we go. Apart from the outer side ones. And how do I get more buildings to it then? So tracks, passenger building, which is obviously coming from there. I need a cargo building in. Oh, I can get one in just there. But how do I get more? Is it like the invisible platform? Is it like that and then passenger building? Oh wait, did that invisible platform not get put down? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. I don't truly know. Unless I can put it on this side. Right, platforms. Okay, so it does have to be kind of like on the edge. Alright, if I just run a couple down. All different sizes. Just to really bulk up the edges. So I get it now. You kind of need that little kind of edge. Right, okay, sweet. So with that down then, I got to delete the road there. Because I'm reconfiguring all of this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it all go into an underground tunnel. So then I can decipher the different tracks and lanes underground. So I ain't got to mess about with it. And I have so many above ground. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks in total. That's not to say I want 8 myself. Because I can use signals, stuff like that. But I think we'll bring it down to 6. Now, the terrain does change level. So let me kind of get it all to the same height. leading out. So I need to make sure I've got enough room as well to kind of decipher these individual lanes. So if I drop that there, then I should have then the ability to connect these up. Where you would go to there, too much of a curvature. So yeah, I've got to go further back. It's a good job this is all not too expensive, right? So back to the tunnels. So maybe I can bring down the length. That would kind of help us out a lot, wouldn't it? Oh, that would help me out so much more. So if I drop that there. So the tracks then. If I made that track go into there. And then that kind of merged into that one. If I made that track go to there. So the two outer ones merge into one. Like that. And then what I would do, for the signals for these coming in and out. So obviously they would wait if there's a train. If you're coming out as a train coming in, they would wait. And that becomes my end platform and it goes underground and then nobody is none the wiser. So if I smoothen all this out now. And by smoothing it out, I mean like kind of flatten all that around. Smoothing this way till it's all nice and green. So we're all somewhat the same height. And then grow the city back to how I wanted it to. So yeah, a lot of destruction, but this will be worthwhile in the end, guys. This will really be worthwhile in the end. So we want a road that goes down here. So we'll do it to there. Which can run all the way to about here. That connection will come straight down to there. You can get connected here if you want. You can get connected there if you want. You can run straight down to here. The whole place is intertwined and connected. That just then becomes the central area and central section. So forgetting that then, we now have this central area. So same things all over again. We can now do a bus route around Amsterdam and Rotterdam for the port and the train station. And because we have up to 8 lanes of the train line coming in, I can then decipher it. So I can have one line that runs all the way up to Hamburg, to Copenhagen, probably all the way to Stockholm. A train line that goes through Berlin to Warsaw that could split to go to Gdansk, if that's how you pronounce it, to Riga. And then we've got cargo lines kind of, you know, inside them as well. So we can then make these kind of bring some cargo in, whether it's kind of bringing goods to the UK or just fueling Amsterdam in itself in general. So it gives us all these kind of wide abilities and wide options to kind of pretty much work with. So what I'll do first then, we'll kind of set up 2 train lines from the get-go. One to Hamburg and one to Berlin, with the idea and knowledge that eventually these lines will extend, so you kind of want them to be a centralized area. So for Berlin then, I'm going to place it here. Now we've already discovered it doesn't have to be centralized, just in a decent area where I could also get a bus route to connect to it. But I don't want to kind of interrupt too much of the city's flow. So back to the buildings and I'm liking these underground tunnels at the moment. I really am. So if I really drop down the length, I'll put it back to 0. Can I edit that? Can we not edit that to be 0? There we go. I actually wanted to get in... that's the point. Do I do 2 train lines? Because I could have then... It maybe turn and go down to Frankfurt. Yeah. Okay, we'll have the idea that maybe there's 2 train lines in here. So first things first then, I actually need a train station, which will be a passenger line for now. Yeah, we'll do a passenger line for now, and the extra stop could be the cargo line. So if I dropped, say, you in... Is that going to be too close for my little tunnel? Because I could do it here, or I could bring a little road out. See, there's too much of a slope apparently, so that shows me that the length is not good enough. But that would work fine. So if I just put that there as now like a little bit of a placeholder, and if I made the train length a little bit shorter, how about back to 80? Or is that too much? Now we'll do 120, so let me delete that. I now got the idea of how this is going to work. So 120, if I pull it just here, that way I'm hoping I'm only deleting one building. Just there. So that becomes the entry point in. And then the rail line. So if I do the length a little bit shorter, so the slope is too steep on that length. 69, no. So there's going to be a collision. So 64, too much of a slope. 69, too much of a slope. 71 is kind of okay. So if I drop that as close to it as possible, in the hopes that a train, the railway line will connect to here. It's not going to, and why is that? Of course, it's so freaking elevated. So then I have to terrain this right now to flatten it. So I didn't realise how high we were building up. Now I can actually connect there. It just actually snaps on. So if I smoothen all of this back around then we have that nice standardized connection there. Now I can make the train line run all the way through and over all these areas, or I can keep it all underground. Now there is some bumps and humps along the way. I think so far we'll make it kind of go before we pop it up. So if I'm making that, say these two outer lines here on the right are the ones that go to Frankfurt and Hamburg. So all I need to do in reality is pick a spot with two tracks there, do a little bit larger length and make them pop out. So I would want to make them pop out, let's say around about here. So if I did it, oh, wrong button. So if I did it here, which will kind of go in towards Hamburg, let's do it on this side of the road. So if I did that there, so then that gives me the thought process that this outer line is definitely coming all the way down to here to connect. And that outer line gives us the ability to merge into the two lanes. So if I brought this further down, and then let's say it's not until here where, is it easy to get to that? Where that connection happens there. So it all utilizes the two outer lanes, and I'm gonna have to drop signals here as well. So signal going that way and then going that way. So two signals there. So if they're coming this way, there's a train further up that's going to cross past. They can wait at that point. Right, this is handy. We got this. We got this right now. So the reason I make it pop up above ground here, because as much as I want to keep some of it underground so you can't see it, and it allows us to kind of build naturally on top of and above the ground, you still want some type of a train line tearing through your area. It just feels right. It just feels right. So we've also got to figure out where we want the one in Hamburg. Now, we know it's going to go over to Copenhagen, so I'll probably make the train line follow the bridge up and then follow the bridge again all the way to Stockholm. So it's probably going to be going through here. So if I have that knowledge with that's how it's going to work, I'm then going to maybe slowly elevate the train line up. So I bring it up to here, but then we slowly start to elevate it. And at what point does it become a bridge. So to there. So as a bridge going over there, then we're kind of at like a same level playing field. As we get to the height of this. So bringing it down and okaying it. So you get the bridge tearing across there, it goes all the way up. Then this, we're going to mimic it. But we want it to kind of follow the alignment of this hill, which I think will be pretty cool. So we're going around here, again, slightly following the path of the hill. To here. So we still get that bridge effect and vibe. They both go up together. That's really cool. I like it. Tears through the mountain here. Or the hillside. Gets to about there. Which will slowly start to bring back up in the hopes that we can pass it directly over. So I've got to get the elevation just right. So tears through that. That's all okay. As it then passes over to here. And we're going to keep it on the one lane for now, obviously. Where is it? So a nice big bridge as it goes across. That becomes quite the feature. Where's the OK button? There we go. And the terrain inside of it. Smoothing that off. Smoothing all this off. So do this on where the land rises up. In many of the areas. Just so it feels a bit more natural. So as of right now, then we can do an actual train line from Amsterdam all the way to Berlin. And nothing really else at the moment. So that's pretty cool. We do need to create a crossing for the road. To make it feel like there's some purpose to it. So I could either do it by that, but I don't know how much of a raised section I can create this. Or a drop down section maybe. So I can do it more of a tunnel. So pushing that as far back as we potentially could. So if I okayed that, brought this road out, which is like a medium road, isn't it? To a normal length. And the slope is too much. Which makes sense because that is a hill. Oh, that's a hill! Hold on! That's a hill. So obviously me coming across here, but it's way too high, isn't it? Unless... Too much of a slope. That's my biggest problem, isn't it? But you see what I'm trying to get away with? Unless I treated this road coming in as not being a part of this road. It was maybe a part of this road. Here's your boy right now trying to decipher these European towns. So pretty straight. And then we'll go for like the slight bend that we're allowed to do just there. So that becomes the main road in, which gives me then more leeway to kind of build the bridge going across. Which helps me a bit more. So just wait for autosave, because now I've got the perfect idea on how I can progress further with this. Which I'm actually really excited about, because it's going to work so much better now. Just waiting for autosave. There we go. So if I bent that... Actually, no, if I do the straight bit first. So let's say the straight bit was here. And then that curved in. I can then go on to then set up a better system to kind of bridge over. So if I went that height, that goes across here. Continue the bridging across to go down to there. And then this little side street sticks under and stays under here. So we get a little overpass going on just there. And I can put like I can configure the train line to put like the road going to this side of a building. So we can kind of walk through and angle from different sides. So at least then we've kind of switched things up. That becomes the main drag of the road coming in. And then we got like a little kind of roundabout kind of ring road going around it with the train line in the middle. So we've heavily utilized how Berlin is currently set up. And we don't really have much else going on at the moment. So if I did a new line, passenger line from there to over here, which at the minute it's set up on the outer side. So if I change it to be number 2, so then we can use that one for Hamburg. It is Hamburg, right? Yeah. That's going to be better for us. Oh, this is really exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting. So I've just got to set up now then the train line or the ability of the trains to connect in. So meaning I'm going to need a train station. So we kind of have a little bit of a dead spot here. So if I got the train depot, what's the difference in those two buttons? I don't know. So if I just drop this here for now, and then tracks like that, and then just set up a basic passenger train line. So something that's quite easy to maintain. Man, that's high, but that's not. Right, we'll go for you. And then passenger at the moment. We'll do it to 56. We'll keep it like that. I don't expect this to make any profit for the time being. So line 14. So back into play mode now then. So that will now go back and forth. So at least Berlin and Amsterdam now have a connection. So people can go to and from the two cities on this train line. But the infrastructure's set up that we can expand to all the other European cities via train and get them all intertwined and connected. Now, granted, there's not a lot going on in Berlin. Same for Hamburg when we get it all set up. But I can grow Hamburg pretty easy by setting up another little food run. Berlin needs goods, which can bring the goods from, let's say, the UK. But I'm sure there'll be a goods route nearby somewhere else. There has to be. So I won't hold my breath too much for that at the minute. But it does need fuel anyway. Which there's fuel, all stuff over here for fuel. It just needs some oil coming over. So there's plenty of stuff we can kind of get set up for it. I'm not worried about it too much just yet. But nice little train route on the go. Very impressed. Keep it going. And I've tried to keep it as natural as possible with the runs. So I'm not kind of interjecting or kind of messing up too much stuff. I mean, this looks really, really funky and bumpy, but I need that overpass before and after. So it's really important. I mean, I could have done another tunnel system there, but I wanted the bridge going across because there's a river. I like the idea of bridges over rivers rather than tunnels. Right, okay, so then I'll set up now the bus route going around the Recon for this, but also it could need some goods. But we'll set up the bus route first. So we'll start the bus on this side, just because there's no entry point just there. And then we'll send them around the various areas that we have up and running now. So we're going to need another street connecting just there. Let me do medium instead. Actually, no. We'll bring the road here up. And connect it in there instead. So we have a bus stop just here. One just, let's say, there. We'll then bring one from over here. All the way up to here, to there. We'll have it stop there and then come back. Again, some of it is based on the fact that Amsterdam and Rotterdam are going to grow this way. Because obviously we come to the edge of the water there. So from there to there, 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 and there. And we're back to normal. So we need a road depot, which will kind of pull it slightly out of the way. And it's I wouldn't say it's as big as London, but I'll drop 5 buses on that route. Oh, we got planes available. Interesting. So we'll see how that route now ticks along then, and hopefully it kind of grows a bit more around here. Now, when it comes to the industrial side of it, we are bringing goods over here, which the goods themselves only really expand to over here right now. But Amsterdam as a whole, how do I view... Because we've had a big dip recently, that's because I deleted all that stuff. But how do I view the shipment side of this? Is it? Aha. So there is some goods over here that could be dropped off, and that could then help me utilize it with a cargo run. But I'll leave it for now. Right, anyway then, let's fast forward then. Because there's a lot of stuff now happening that I want to get ticking along. Is there passengers waiting over here yet? Not just yet. But it'll be eventually a good idea to have this road coming all the way down. Connect to there. Do you know what? I should have done that. Do you know what? I'm going to do that now. Right, delete that now. So what I'm going to do is... we set up then... Or configure it, should I say. So we need... Platform... Oh no, we need another track first. Which the platform will be for the cargo. And a passenger building. So we'll go for the small ones because of the space we get to utilize. And then cargo building. Get a couple of those and get one over here as well. Which the road then extends down, but I don't know whether that is enough to connect it. It's not because of the height difference. So I'll just pause it really quickly right now and delete the run going down so I can smoothen off the edges. Alright, really smoothing this all down right now. Really try and flatten this area because we've done too much to it. So that is more of a flat surface, better than what it was. And then bring this connecting all the way down to here. But of course, slightly... No, it doesn't need to be lowered that much. So if I just brought it, say, to here. And have that connect there. Well, that can go to that way. So then this side of it is then connected, which is really good. And then if I can configure this all over again. We need the passengers to be able to switch over to the other side. Which they can't quite do that. So if I went for a passenger platform here. I can then get them to do that. Like that. If I got rid of those. And we can't really put it on that side, but at least that one side's got it. Actually, if I delete them. I'm going to just go for that on this. So that one kind of has one. I do like it. So then we have the ability to access it from both sides then. Which is a big help. A real big help. So just leave it for that for now before I do a train line going through. I just want to kind of slowly start, you know, stimulating the economy in many ways, shapes and forms. But this is really good for us. So people arriving from the UK here right now to the Amsterdam port can get on a train to over here, a bus to over here, to then get on a train to go all the way to Berlin. They're intertwined and connected, which is perfection. Perfection. So now we've got to take a look at then getting set up our shipping route to picking up bricks from over here. Stone, sorry, to then making bricks. So I need to get this line set up. So if I create the line first, so from over here. Oh, no, doing the wrong button. Do it. Oh, autosave. Of course it is. I always complain about autosave, and I'm going to always go, I need to turn that off. But do I turn it off? No. No, I do not. So add a new station from over here to over here, which is... Can I change the color of this? Manage line. Oh, colors here. Just so I can see where it's actually running. Because then I want a line going back that way to connect over here to eventually take it up to there. So just so I can see what stop it's kind of going towards. right? So from London south, I want a full load of nothing but... Is that stone? Yeah, stone. Then the sittings just simply unload stone. That's really all I want you to do. Simple as that. Now, we don't have any train depots. I mean, we do have a train depot. It's all the way over there, but it's going to cause confusion trying to get all the way to over here. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just create a new one. Oh, new trains and vehicles. So if I spin you right round, in the hopes that that works, which it does. So, new vehicle. Steam. Well, that's got a little bit more oomph. We'll use that. Cargo. We want you carrying the stone. Gondolas. A capacity of 104. I'll take it. On that line, 16. So that will then start taking the stone over to there, which we can then use that to make bricks, which will then transport that directly to Liverpool, Manchester, to then grow the industry and stuff like over there. So this becomes a more populated area. So this will take a while then before it starts filling up. It's close by to over here, so it can do it. I just don't know how long it's going to take. And the fact that it's not filling up right now shows me that maybe I've got something wrong. Yes, that is not connected to a road. So with that not connected to a road, technically it can't access that. So now it should be able to. Yeah, and we're now getting stone on board. Good stuff. So that'll take some time for that to be kind of up and running anyway, but the system's there for when it's good to go. Genius. So we've now actually technically started expanding into Germany. That's what we can now kind of claim, can't we? There's 13 passengers waiting about. So I think it's now time that I set up a little bit of a bus route going around here. So if I utilize this as the stop, then we bring them over to this side, stop there. If I bring them up to here, stop there. Stop there. And then we'll do a stop here, stop there, and then bring them back in. So let's see how this loop ticks along. Change it to red. So it goes around the whole outer ring. So if you're in the middle, you walk in distance of pretty much any stop that you want to go to. So I need a vehicle depot around here then, which I'll throw it all the way up here on this little crossroad. And I'll only bust out 3 vehicles on this line. So passenger. Oh, is that a new one? That's a new one, isn't it? Just 3 for now. That'll collect everybody around to give us more passengers moving to the Berlin train station to be then transported over to Amsterdam and eventually the UK, making that passenger train line more profitable. This station here is going to be a huge hub eventually when we have all lines ending here. It's going to be a huge hub. There's a lot of people waiting on this right now for the shipping line. Is that ship full? No, wrong passenger ship. No. 36. I might need a secondary ship on that, don't I? To get people consistently moving. But I think I also need multiple ships on these routes as well. I need to start investing in multiple vehicles and multiple lines in general, to be honest with you. But that is for another headache for another day. This is almost pretty much done. I'd like to know fully how much money it does make. So 8 more to fill up. And then once it starts transporting it, then we'll start seeing the money coming in. How is this place doing? Got a bit of both, so I didn't need to kind of extend another train line over that way. Train is now tooting along from over here. So that will then slowly start filling up with goods on board. That's got a lot of plastics there waiting. Are these still producing? Yeah. So we could think about maybe upping the shipment to a different area as well. Who else needs goods? Who was it? Oh, it was Berlin as well. Any other little towns around here? Lyon. Madrid could potentially... We could... Yeah. If I send it to another place, then we can start to get that factory up to level 2. So the train should be coming out in just a moment with all the stone on board. Or is it now just disappeared into eternity? Wait, where's it gone? Has it already done? It's already done it. And it made quite a bit of money. Nearly $1 million. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But now that's kind of... That will start kind of producing a lot faster. This has got its goods. But again, it's not producing anything just yet because we have no shipment on the go. But that will eventually... We'll get another little system. I mean, I could do a vehicle driving back and from. Really, really simple. To Liverpool, Manchester to drop those goods off. Slowly starts to grow this area. So charts is starting to grow again ever since we incorporated the little bus line going around. We incorporated the little bus line in Dublin. We start seeing more growth coming out of this place, which is really good. London itself, are you still growing, boy? Yes, you are. Rapidly. Rapidly right now. And Amsterdam, even though you just took that hit, please tell me you're bouncing back. You are definitely bouncing back with a vengeance. And Berlin, the newly appointed one. I did do some damage to you, but you are now growing with that passenger increase. Really, really impressive. So as of right now then, what lines are not making money? Now, it's this line here, line 9, which is the shorter route of bringing the oil over. Now, that only makes money in stages, right? Finances. Some years it does, some years it don't. Now, we do need a constant supply, but that could be argued that I need more ships on these routes, is what I need to get done. But again, it's a headache for another day. We know where the issues are, but at least all of our lines are profitable to a certain extent. But for now, guys, we are going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.